On day 17 of our Japanese tour, October 2018, we visited Kyoto Imperial Palace. Kyoto is in the middle of the map, in the middle of the main island, and we stayed in the central Kyoto area at a hotel called Jisco Hotel, just across the street basically from the Imperial Palace itself, so we didn't have far to walk. Imperial Palace and the Sento Palace are both surrounded by Bay earthen walls, and as you can see they're fairly long, and the roadway itself was gravel. There are 6 gates around this palace wall, one for the emperor only, and one for the princess, and one for the nobles, and 3 others of course. The palace is divided into 2 areas, the official area and the residential area. The Shinsendol Hall is the main building where the emperors are crowned and other ceremonial things happen there. The courtyard is also used for other state ceremonial events, so you can walk around this quadrangle and read all the things that are on display. The Shinshinden style buildings first originated in 1794 or thereabouts, and this one was built in 1855 thereabouts, and like everything in Japan they're made of wood and tend to burn down, and that's in this courtyard. There was a number of other official buildings used for ceremonial stuff. The Otsungoten is the Emperor's Imperial residence or resting place. 15 rooms, a sleeping area, etc. And of course we had to stop for another selfie photograph, and then we walked around the rest of the complex, and that's where I got a little bit lost as to whether it was the official area or the Emperor's area, but we definitely never got up towards the Empress family area. The tour that we followed but weren't involved with finished there. Then we headed towards the Okinawa Gardens, or the pond area. You'll see that the foreshore is well arranged stones. To the left there is more of the Emperor's residence and other meeting halls. So opposite this area is the South Pond, and that you can see a bridge in the distance, and that goes over to the centre of the garden area, or the centre of the pond area, and then further north is the Emperor's Garden, or the North Pond. There are walking tracks right through this area. It's about 1 kilometre of walking, and we were lucky enough to be there in autumn, and the Emperor's Palace is only open in 2 seasons, so we were lucky that it was open in our season. So this garden is the Gondelia Garden and Okinawa Bridge, as I'd already explained. And I can't remember what this building was. something to do with the Emperor's residence anyway. But you can see it's opposite the garden. Now this, I believe, is the northern garden, and again the bridge for the Okinawa Garden. Now this was in a landscape design with lots of different beautiful trees and bushes, and it was quite pleasant to be in the garden rather than in the building area. So then we left in the Imperial Palace proper and then walked towards the Cento Palace, but unfortunately it was fully booked and we missed out on going in there, so we continued south. This tree was hundreds of years old. While we were walking south in the park, we come across this building and the gateway, and if you pause this video you can read all about it. This building was occupied by the Kanino family, of which they were part of 200 families in residence caring for the Imperial Palace right through the last few centuries. When the royal palace was moved from Kyoto to Tokyo City, a lot of the 200 residents became worn out and were demolished, and this one remains intact as a sort of museum piece. And the gardens that this building is on are surrounded by the Kyoto Imperial Garden, which was built over the land of the other 200 residents that were torn down. So that's about it for this video. The video was produced by myself, and it's a video of the day 17 of our Japanese tour, October 2018, the Kyoto Imperial Palace.